Welcome everyone to today's PM Forum webinar. My name is Matt Evans and I sit on the Southwest Committee. I'm also part of the business development team at Burgess Salmon.
The first thing that I would say in terms of a finding is that we spotted that firms have really got a lot better at technical SEO over the period of 2021. And by that we mean that things that need to be tackled, just have Google respect your site in the first place, are something that firms have got a lot better at. Those scores are now a lot harder to rank number one on the Digital 100 tables than they were previously. When we started out doing the report 2.5 years ago, loads of law firm websites didn't even have kind of HTTPS certificates installed on them, so they weren't very secure. And now it would just be an aberration for that to be the case. We noticed that for the first time ever since we started compiling the data 2.5 years ago, DLA Piper had lost its status as the number one top 100 law firm for total following to Clifford Chance. We talked about it this week on social media a bit, and the amount of additional followers that Clifford Chance has gained in the last quarter is frankly quite frightening. But YouTube, we actually saw fewer views on YouTube over that quarter. That's unexpected. There isn't something that happens there on an annual basis. It's not because December is a bit slower. If anything, actually, strangely, YouTube tends to kick off a bit at that period because people are thinking about vaccines and they're looking at recruitment videos. And yes, we do include those as part of what we monitor in the Digital 100. So what's really happened is that LinkedIn has said that you have to use native videos for it to be counted as a video on the platform. So people are having to load up native videos. And we think when they're doing that in the digital marketing manager's role, they're then possibly not using the YouTube channel to load the video as well.
Somebody regularly presents 45-minute webinars on Zoom, and they share these recordings via Zoom links. Would it be beneficial to publish the recordings on YouTube? And if LinkedIn has a limit of 10 minutes for video, how did they use LinkedIn to promote the webinar recordings, given they're penalizing YouTube links?
Brilliant question. I love the fact there's so much specificity behind it. So first thing, turn it into a YouTube link and share it from there rather than from Zoom if you can. Why? Because we move Zoom files around and we don't move YouTube files around. Even if you want to make it private, that's okay. But I would encourage them not to share the Zoom link in the first place, because all it takes is your capacity limit being reached. You delete the file and suddenly you've lost everything, right? So get it on YouTube. Now, given it's over 10 minutes long, we've got to make a decision. Do we take the penalty that is going to be LinkedIn applies and says, well, we're not going to show it to everyone because it's too long, or you've put this link up? And what I would do in that scenario is probably ask them to record another puff piece that's just a minute long and say, hey, I've recorded this long video over here. Here's what it's going to cover in 1 minute. And it's amazing how many words someone like me can get out in a minute and the level of interest you can generate. So that's what I would do, Matt. Alternatively, I would just use the link to the YouTube and take the 50% hit on the traffic and say, it is what it is, right?